Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. It's the In Wheel Time car talk show. More fun and informative car talk. Sure, some embarrassing moments coming up.
No.
We're going to try a chance to drive the new 2022 Kia EV6 all-electric. And I'll give you my thoughts on it. We'll also have the cruise-in calendar. And later, Conrad has This Week in Auto History. Just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. So glad that you could join us today. Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong, and we need more Jeff Seekin.
Yep.
I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us today. Kind of a strange day because we really don't have any guests, per se, lined up other than ourselves.
Well, but we can bring up some.
Well, you know, it's funny because we always manage to talk, and then once we get going, we don't shut up. Yeah, and then I run behind and have to drop spots and all this other stuff.
Late for work.
Don plays catch up because he's the only one who really pays any attention to the clock.
Well,
the rest of us sit here.
I know, but I mean, I have to look at it as the podcast because for those that don't know, yes, we have this 3-hour car talk show live on Saturday mornings, but we also divvy it up into six half-hour podcast that you can download. We put one up each day, and
it makes a week.
It makes a week because the Saturday show is the live show. So there you have it. So
subscribe to us on YouTube.
You got to subscribe,
please. Yes, please subscribe. We're begging you to subscribe. I tell you what, I have gotten into. There's one thing that you know how the reels pop up on Facebook and you scroll, you hit it, it's that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And there is one that I subscribe to. Now I don't own a boat, but there's one guy that does these absolutely hysterical things about people trying to get their boat out of or into the water at the boat ramp. Credit card cruiser or something like that. It is absolutely hysterical.
Oh, backing vehicles in?
And getting the boats hooked up. It is absolutely hysterical. I'm crying.
I'll have to look it up.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's really good. But that's another story for another day and another show.
But if you want to back something up into the lake and attach it to one heck of a vehicle, the 2024 GMC Hummer EV could be a vehicle to choose.
And speaking of EVs, okay, so there's going to be a plethora. Well, pretty much everything on the face of this earth is going to be electric in the near future if it's not already. What do you do about towing a boat and putting it down into a boat ramp? Because, if you do it the right way.
Tipping the batteries in the water to do it.
Exactly. How is that all? Because the batteries are down underneath in the chassis.
Generally very low in the chassis to help the balance of the vehicle.
And there's a lot of power down there.
Or ballast in the vehicle.
And what happens when you dip it into the water with the trailer and the boat back there?
Shock all the fish.
You're talking anywhere from 300 to 800 volts, which is enough to get out there and hold on to you. But
pow!
Well, volts are easy. I mean, we've all taken that shock from a spark plug wire that's 25 to 50,000 volts.
Yeah, but for that long.
Yeah, but it's the amps that kills you. It's the amperage that kills you. So you're talking about something that's putting out 60, 70, 80 amps. 90 amps. Not only does it hold on to you, but it cooks you while it's got you.
It's kind of like the electric chair at the penitentiary.
And that's why technicians have to go through very specialized training.
Rubberized gloves,
and because those gloves only last for 6 months. They have to be replaced.
We were looking at his engine or his motor of the EV last week, and you made the comment, make sure you don't have a watch or ring on when you're reaching in there because you could get welded.
There shouldn't be very many. Well, it's true. There shouldn't be very many open terminals, but you never know. So you never take the chance on closing the circuit around your wrist.
But, you're thinking about, though, like a car. If you think about a truck, I mean, it may still be underneath, but it's going to be considerably higher. And if you're backing a boat in there, unless you just really got a very shallow ramp, you're not going to go that far out in the water.
Well,
and if you do,
have you ever owned a boat and trailered it?
Yeah.
Okay. You? Anybody else?
Typically, the rear differential is fully submerged.
Absolutely.
No, never owned a boat. Never owned one.
Yes, it is. I had a Chevy S10 Blazer.
Well, that's not a real truck.
It towed the boat, and it was under the water when I got the trailer in the water far enough to float the back end of the boat, which you got to do.
Well, I understand, but because I had one of them, and I got rid of it when I figured out it wouldn't stop because the boat was bigger than it was. But that's again where I'm saying that depends on the boat ramp. If it's a very shallow boat ramp, then you do have to go out a lot further. Yeah. But most of the boat ramps that are built now, they don't go out that far.
Is there a certain degree they build them at? Like 35
I don't know
degrees,
necessarily
28 degrees?
A spec. I don't know that, but I do know that there are some of them I've had to go a lot further out than what I do. Like most of the boat ramps around where I live now, they're pretty much, you don't hardly get half the wheel wet. I mean, you're not going to get to the differential end.
Oh, wow. Well, that's different. But in a Hummer, you're going to be riding pretty high anyhow.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's going to have a nice.
But an electric one.
Yeah.
Well, if you're in a Hummer, you can't afford a boat.
And it comes in the new 2024 Hummer EV comes in 4 different trims. The EV2, the EV2X. I don't know what the difference is between the two except price. There's an EV3X and the Edition 1. Now, the Edition 1 was all they sold this year. And that the Edition 1 is the one that sells for over $100,000. So all of the Hummer EVs that they've sold for the 2022 model year, the ones that were over about $106,000, plus additional dealer markup. Have you seen some of the posts? We talked about this last week about some of these additional dealer markups.
Yeah,
and they are trying to skin the cat with the Hummer EV as well. The higher trims can range up to a 300-mile driving range. The lower, just the EV2, is probably only going to go about 250 miles. So when they add the upper trim levels, they also boost the battery pack in them. And that's all part of that, what I call the Ultium skateboard. So it's drive engine, drive motors, wheels and tires, the skateboard platform that's full of all of the battery and
that they basically click the bodies on the top of
exactly.
And
they can change that.
Talked about that. Catherine talked about that.
And they can change the length of that, which gives up battery power and driving distance, and the width of it as well for bigger and smaller cars. The Ultium is the Silverado EV, the Hummer EV, and the new Cadillac Lyriq is built off the same Ultium platform. They have an extreme off-road package that reduces the range on it, but it ends up with 3 electric motors, an 800-volt Ultium battery pack system capable of offering 830 horsepower with an output of 15,600 Newton meters of torque.
Nice.
Which means nothing.
Well, it's European.
I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I'll admit that. Newton meter. Hey,
Siri, how many foot-pounds of torque is 15,600 Newton meters?
Okay, here we go. Hold that up to your microphone. Hold it up to your microphone.
I got to go to a converter.
You got some 900 number on there now.
10 Newton meters equals 88 foot-pounds in torque. So this is close to, 25,000 foot-pounds of torque?
I will say this, that I don't care anything about any of that because you could probably get a 1970 Buick Skylark to go over rocks.
Mm-hmm. If you gear it down far enough.
But what matters to me is how long is the battery going to last when you suck out all of that power going up a hill?
How many rocks are you going to climb over?
Oh, so how does it affect the driving range?
Driving range.
If they say it's going to go 300 miles, that's 300 miles. The cruise control set at 60 miles an hour. How long is it going to go rock climbing while you're in the Mojave Desert?
Because all I can think of is, okay, I made it to the top of the mountain, but I don't have any battery left. And I guess that I hope the brakes are going to work.
Yep. They're regenerative.
When I coast down.
Yeah, coasting.
the other thing is you're talking this Hummer EV is somewhere north of 8,000 pounds because the battery pack that's in it. And they say
And it needs the torque.
They can go from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds in an 8,000-pound vehicle.
Yeah,
Oh, my
good luck in stopping.
Yeah,
that
I was going to
thing.
say.
It's a freight train.
There's going to be a slew of cameras on it. Most of them part of the new off-road package. It's going to be called UltraVision, which offers 17 cameras on the pickup truck, and they offer a surround view angle to make it easier to navigate the off-road terrains and tight spaces.
What are you going to do with 17 cameras?
Well,
Oh, baby, come on into my house here, yeah.
gosh.
Let me back up and take that conversation back.
The 2023 EV1 is going to be $106,000. The 2X and the 3X are going to be $89,000 and $99,000, and the base level is going to be $79,995 to start.
They're not going to sell base level
No,
at
they're not even gonna-
$80,000.
They're not even going to build them. If they do, they're going to build one per dealer, so they have the ad car, and the salesperson that sells the ad car gets fired.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
If you can't move them up. So, but the 2024 Hummer EV is just around the corner. And
It looks good.
It looks good. And you guys, you were talking about you just saw a Rivian here
Last
in
night.
Houston.
Yep.
So they're being more and more popular.
And let me just say this about
full-size
that.
trucks.
That company is teetering on the edge. They've had to go out and borrow more money.
Oh, I'm sure.
This will be the third or fourth time.
And the government will give them money, your money and my money.
I
No, it
saw
won't be
it.
the government. It'll be Mr. Biden.
It was in another lane in front of me, so I just saw the back end of it. I didn't see the front. It was white. It was okay.
The
I
front's
mean,
pretty
yeah.
unique looking on that,
Didn't,
because you don't need a grill.
It wasn't
of any
anything
kind.
that grabs you.
Even though they are starting to put on striped-on grills, the visual grill, though it doesn't necessarily move air.
Yeah.
'Cause
Decals,
you had
like
it
a
on the one you
NASCAR.
had.
Yeah,
That had
decals.
what looked to be a grill on it. I thought it was a very good looking. That'll be your review here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But they are going to sell every one of these Hummer EVs they build, and going to sell them for a
They're
good
not going to
price.
build that many.
No,
But
yeah.
you're talking about them borrowing more money. Remember Bollinger?
Yeah.
We talked to them right after they got their startup going. Well, I thought they were gone. I saw the other day where they've got a new model coming out.
Really?
They're still coming up with money somewhere to build trucks.
Well, good luck to them.
Taxpayer money.
Well, I don't, like I say, it's not enough to do something like what Rivian's doing. They're pretty much, I don't know how they're
You know,
building.
Mr. Tucker had a great car and a great idea, and he didn't belong to the
In-crowd.
The in crowd, and the in crowd squashed him like a bug.
Yep.
Canceled him.
Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. And I would imagine that there will be some of these startup EVs that'll go the same way.
You got to think. Elon jumped right into the middle of it, and they're selling. I don't know how profitable Tesla is, but he's selling.
Well, you'll never know.
He's selling a buttload of cars.
Well, there's rumors that it's going bankrupt, but what kind of
Big rumors
garbage
about
can
that
you
ever
believe?
since,
Yeah, exactly.
since he started.
You don't build some 1,000,000 square foot assembly plant in Texas.
Three of
and
them.
You,
Well, that's
and
just
you
it.
move here, and you're going to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
I
There's
don't think so.
two plants. There's the one in Texas, and then there's one I think somewhere
China.
in southeast, I believe, might have been. But because of the money outlay to build these facilities, is what he's having.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
the capital
but
expenditure
yeah,
is going to
exactly.
pay off in
it-
years.
you
not
generate the
immediately.
cash flow because when I worked for AT&T, they figured out 300,000 employees.
You admit that?
Yeah, quietly. I just don't tell anybody. But they figured out
just
that
did.
they could literally roll. They could stop doing business one day, but it would take 2 years for all the paper and all the invoices and everything to catch up with them because of just that much cash flow going in and out. And Tesla's going to be the same way. There's just so much paperwork going on, so many things. You're right. You'll never figure it out, and you'll never know it.
We need to get him on.
Who?
Elon.
I'm sure he doesn't have any requests for interviews. None.
You never know. One or two.
Elon, how's it going?
Oh, great, man. He was burning weed with Rogan.
Yeah, it was.
On the podcast.
Yeah, good for him.
We need to have him on too.
Seth Rogen?
No, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
That's
Seth Rogen.
Either one.
Either one. Yeah, you're right.
And then, they are actually now just starting to deliver Cadillac Lyrics. Same Ultium platform.
Gorgeous car. Gorgeous.
Beautiful car, but I understand they're quietly getting over sticker. they're not putting it in writing anywhere, but all the stuff that people got in trouble for on the Corvette Z06 and a number of other
wink
cars.
and a nod.
Yeah.
Well, before I get into my EV review, which I had a chance to drive the Kia EV6, which is
Beautiful.
Yeah, neat car.
Cool car.
Neat.
Very, very.
I will tell you that one of the things that I discovered, it's been here all along, I just discovered it, is we've talked a lot about infrastructure. And, there's a charger right up there at the Whole Foods, not too far from me. 3 miles maybe at the most? Something like that.
Yeah.
And it's an EV. It's a DC fast charger. Great. Well, there's a regular charger sitting next to it that I don't think anybody ever uses, but it's there because you'd have to sit there. Well, long story short, I pull up to it thinking that I'm going to get a fast charge last Sunday. Nope, there's somebody with a brand new Mustang Mach-E with a paper plate on it. He's got his family in the car, and he's never charged the thing before. And I said, oh, got you a new Mustang Mach-E? How do you like it? Oh, it's great. I said, well, I see you're charging it here. I said, is there a reason? He says, yeah. Well, I went over to the mall where they claim to have fast chargers. None of them worked. So he comes over here to this thing at Whole Foods, and guess what?
Half of them work.
And it doesn't work either. There's only one. It has 2 places for plugs, but it only has one on it. Okay? I don't know whether somebody ripped it off or it didn't know it wasn't equipped with one, so it only had one. Didn't work.
And you're waiting there to charge your car.
Well, that's why I said,
you went.
I thought, I'm not dealing with this. Well, they've got a charger where I work at Signature, flight support. And it's for cars, and it's just a slow burner, 110-volt AC. It took me 2 days to get it charged up to 80%. 2 days. That's charging it 14 hours a day. 2 days. I got it down. It was getting under 100 miles. Now, to start off with, it
And
showed,
Don was vibrating with range anxiety.
Well,
he's taking some of Susie's anxiety.
you have to understand
pills.
that it's 30 miles there, 30 miles back. So 60 miles a day will get me going. Okay? Well, you can eat through that charge
Really quick.
in a day and a half, 2 days, actually. And I thought, no, thank God I didn't let it go any further because I missed the charge up there on that Sunday when I went to get it. Couldn't get it, right? And there weren't any others available except over at the mall, which didn't work either. The point is that infrastructure is not really where it needs to be. So,
As Susie's moving through
She's
this.
tangled
would
up.
you please get out
There
of
you
there?
go.
Yeah, she's all tangled up in the wires.
She's wanting that plate.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
There's nothing on the plate.
Well, she
So you
But-
guys know I'm in Beaumont all the time.
Yes.
You know where the Papados is in Beaumont? On Walden Road,
Yep.
on the on the west side of town. Tesla is putting in 12 DC fast chargers on the other side of Walden Road over there by the Subway Deli. I'm looking at all this stuff is being built because I stay at the Avid Hotel right near there, and all this stuff is wiring in. I stopped and I asked the guy, I says, you putting in car chargers? He goes, yeah, Tesla DC fast chargers. Oh, wow. He goes, yeah, we're putting in 12 of them. So that's going to be a boon to that little area right there as people stop to get their Tesla fast charge for a half hour, 45
Well, it's going to be
minutes.
the people that get the adapters so they can use the Tesla charger.
Well, the Teslas.
because there's not that many Teslas over there.
Oh, well, yeah, but you never know what's driving by on the highway. But
Whatever.
so they're Elon is spending money on infrastructure because I imagine that is Elon Musk's money putting in those 12 fast chargers, not necessarily federal government money.
Well, I would imagine that there is some sort of a bonus, some sort of kickback
Tax
if you'll do
write-off
it.
or something.
Right.
You know, I went to that Whole Foods when I had the Mustang Mach-E. I went to that same one, sat there, ran it for an hour, and I only got 40%. So I went on down off the Beltway. I think it's Hollister or someplace. There's a Walmart, a super Walmart. They've got real fast chargers, and I hooked that thing up. 20 minutes, it popped it to 80. It was twice as fast as that one at Whole Foods, and it's not that much further.
Well,
And it's
clearly
Walmart.
something will have to give. But the thing at worked just fine. It was just extra slow.
Yeah.
But I was
California
there all day,
guys
so
at
what difference
35.
does it make? You know.
Well, yeah, but if you're charging, can somebody else charge?
Well,
If they work.
if they work, because there's a Tesla charger next to it.
Oh, okay.
Would you shut that door and let me do this? Time now for the 2023 Kia EV6 review. Had a chance to drive that last week. Available trim levels are Light, Wind, GT Line, and First Edition. I had the GT Line all-wheel drive. Now, this is classified as a small station wagon by the government. We like to call it either a small crossover and / hatchback. It's really good looking. 4 passengers plus the driver for a total of 5. Exterior changes from last model. It's all new. Built from the ground up as an EV. Okay? So the whole body design, all of it is around an EV. It's not something that they've converted from gasoline and changed it up a little bit to make it a battery-operated car. Exterior features aggressive-looking nose and front fascia
very
with
much so.
accentuated, rounded front fenders, which I thought was very unique and good-looking, too. Highly sculpted roof line, a noticeable lower rocker panel highlighted with black accents, unique rear hatch with an arching light that joins the left and right tail lights. Goes right across the
Kind of like a
hatchback.
wing on the back.
Almost, yeah. What could use improvement? Nothing. I love the matte gray paint. It really stands out. That's from the factory, and that, by the way, is a $650 option.
Worth every penny of it.
Yeah, I think so too. Interior highlights: instrument cluster is joined with the infotainment screen. So
One big piece of glass.
Easy to use and understand controls in this, which was kind of surprising. Unique trim panels with different looking accents throughout. Love the suede seat option. That's $300. The trunk and area back there, if you want, whatever you want to call the thing, it's comparatively small behind the rear seat, but plenty for groceries and small suitcases and that sort of stuff. What I liked about it, no touchpad controller, thank you very much. What could use improvement and needs some lumbar support in the seats. I had to find something, but that's about all I could find. Engine. This is a 77.4 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery.
Ooh.
Really? Well, there's an interesting reaction. It has 225 horsepower, which we can relate to.
An instantaneous torque.
258 pound-feet of torque that's available at the hit of the throttle. Transmission? None. It's rated for 310 miles with a full charge. Okay, here's where it comes around that weird. Yeah, I got 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. I drove, you do the math, 379 miles. I got 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour, just as said. What I liked about it, the acceleration. What could use improvement? No clue. I have no clue. I don't know. I'm just not that familiar with electric vehicles. Maybe somebody that's listening does, and they understand all of that. I don't understand it.
Good looking car, though.
It really is. Ride and handling. It could be a little stiff for some, but this version that I had is the GT version, so I don't know whether it's meant to be that way.
Well, I wonder if you had the upper level. What's above that? You said the first edition. Did that come with Kenny Rogers music?
I know gasoline is above it.
First edition. You're a funny man. That was good. I liked it.
Yeah, it was almost as good as the
Pricing.
other one.
Here's the pricing. The base trim price is $55,900. Price is tested I'm going to turn him off over here because he's driving.
59,900.
55,900 for the base
55,900.
trim price. Price as tested, 58,105.
Okay. For the GT.
Base model price, if you could find such a thing, is $41,400.
That's the
MSRP.
Strip down.
The stripper.
That's the one that'll get the salesman fired.
Yeah, that's right. Like I said, the matte gray paint was a $700 option. Competitors, the Ford Mustang Mach-E is $43,895 for starting price. The Hyundai Ioniq, which is actually a competitor in its own right, $39,950. Now, what's the difference between the two? I don't know because I haven't had the
Probably
Ioniq.
not much because they are sisters.
Yeah. Tesla model, although they do look different, they're not the same body. Tesla Model 3, $46,990, which is more of a hatchback
Yes.
than the, the Model X.
And if you look straight on view of the vehicle, the front end with the bulbous fenders was wider than the rear end
It
of the
appeared
vehicle.
that way.
It did.
But I don't know as if it really was.
Yeah. You'd have to look
Like
at
an
the specs
hourglass
on it.
shape in reverse.
Well, like a Citroen, where there was
there you
wider in the front than it was in the back. But
It's
I don't
interesting
think
that
it
you
was.
call it the Citroen.
What would you call it?
Citroen.
Citroen? Okay.
OEN. I don't know.
It's a French car. Who cares?
That's right. Ooh la la.
Escargot.
They should've-
I don't
that
even-
would be the trim level. Ooh la la.
Escargot.
But did Citroen, did they last longer in the United States than Renault?
Theoretically.
Renault?
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
They did.
Theoretically. And since he's not in the room right now, we're making fun of Mr. Mars because he uses the word, or it's not a word, theoretically. So I guess it's similar.
Beaumontese.
They're Beaumont Ebonics.
Beaumontese. Okay. You want to do the cruise-in calendar for 60 seconds?
Yes.
Okay, cruise in.
Well, biggest thing coming up 9/17 is Loopy Tortillas,
Yes.
Tailpipes and Tacos. But on September 5th, today is the third annual Car and Bike, or it's tomorrow, it's Monday, third annual Car and Bike Show in Rosenberg.
Monday, yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
And then September 10th is the 5th annual car show at Lake Church in the Beaumont area in the Golden Triangle. Saturday, September 10th is Feed the Bug Show at El Jardine Beach. Hot Rod Madness is at the Rock Sports Bar and Grill off of Louetta on October 9th. October 16th, the Mustang Club of Houston is having their open car show at Planet Ford on 45. October 22nd, the Harvest Festival Car Show in Holiday Market, New Territory Sports Fields. And then finally, October 22nd, the Katy Theater Fall Car Show. All the proceeds go to support the Katy High School Theater
Did you mention
program.
Chrome and Coffee tomorrow?
Yeah, we did that
did that
yesterday.
earlier.
We did that earlier.
Okay, well, I want to mention it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. Well
Chrome
worth going to.
and
Chrome and Coffee at the Avalon Diner in the Fountains.
Great breakfast, great cars.
Yeah.
Donald will be there signing autographs.
9 to noon if it's not raining.
And I've invited my friend with his Corvette out there, Bruce West.
Oh, yeah.
He might
Okay.
come out. If
Okay,
it's not
good.
raining.
Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show streams on the iHeart Radio app and Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. 30-minute podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Get out the permanent marker and write on your wall calendar the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Saturday, September 17th, 2022. It's the fall edition of Tailpipes and Tacos at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, and get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's Tailpipes and Tacos Fall Edition, Saturday, September 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the beginning of fall and the return of the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Saturday morning, September 17th, 8 to 11 a.m. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield, a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you'll want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install ExoShield, a windshield protection film. Give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.